नारायण ओम अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम गुणातीतमानं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम जगत्कारणं कारणज्ञानरूपं सुरादिं सुखादिं गुणेशं गणेशं जगद्व्यापिनं विश्ववन्द्यं सुरेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम. Friends, welcome you all. Congratulations that we are on this Adhyatmika Marga, the highest, the two of trying to understand the self or the truth through the study of the Upanishads. Greatest endeavor it is. We have come by so many lives of struggle onto this lane path. This is the lane. Let us drive in this lane only. Highest and the greatest lane, taking us to the ultimate destination. Lane driving is sane driving. So commit ourselves and also pray to the Lord to keep us on this path itself. The 13 Vyaktitvas of Lokasevaka, Dharmastapaka, Viragi, Bhakta, Shishya, Mumukshu, Jignasu, Shrota, Sadhaka, Parishrami, Prerita, Prashanta Gambhira, and Samskrita, Bhasha, Jnata. Let us be mindful of them every day. And also we have the blessings of Parabrahma, Ishwara, Jagannatha, all Devata Ganas, Guru Ganas, and also Shruti Mata. Let us neither be lazy nor hesitant nor arrogant to deny, discard the blessings. Let us be active, dynamic, alert, and humble enough to receive all those blessings with readiness with our own invocation. Friends, Shwethashwathara Upanishad Adhyanam, second chapter, the most important topic of invoking the grace of the Lord, we are discussing. Today's common sense thought also, key just visualize after certain amount of study of Shastras, as we have done about the Brahma Anubhuti. Just visualize, as we have seen the Brahma Anubhava Jivan Mukta's way of expression. Visualize it. Visualizing is a beautiful sadhana, one of the best. How it looks like. And to reach to that level, visualize about all sadhanas relentlessly we are able to do. And visualize that how all our day is only engaged in preparing ourselves for that great flight on the seat of Dhyanam to reach to that most covetable destination of Paramatma Prapti. Just visualize how it looks if our entire day is being spent only in the smarana, manana, chintana on the Paramatma with the help of Upanishadic mantras. Whole day Upanishad mantras are remembered by us with the meaning and bhashyartha, and we are able to do the dhyana with the help of them onto the truth. Just to visualize it. Visualize the whole day is spent again along with this mukhya sadhana, the secondary sadhanas of either invoking grace of Lord or ourselves doing various upasanadi or the japa adi. Just imagine. Also visualize. Most important thing. Key in our heart from the root level. All non-positivities are eliminated. Negativities are eliminated. All vasanas have gone away. Avidyas have gone away. Atyanta spashta rupena we have the jnanam about the satyatva of the Paramatma, then the mithyatva, kalpitatva of the Jagat. Therefore, very much in this very world, with the upadhis, yet by ourselves we are in the nirupadhika niranjana Brahma anubhuti. Tasmai namo Brahma niranjanaya, and playing whatever the play we have to play, placed at different places. Just visualize, just imagine how wonderful it is. And also visualize what we are living now. And also visualize if what we are living now is continued, how horrible it would be. And throughout life, so many of the miseries of so many sorts, outer, the grosser at the body level, inside, we are going on experiencing. Should we continue them? And if you want to continue, nobody can stop. But if we say that no, 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 this visualizing about the Adhyatmika sadhana and pragati is very beautiful, very good. If you feel like, then let us, by continuously invoking grace of God one side, the other side, what is in our hands, we should be able to do. Our capacities to reach the truth right now may not be there sufficiently. But then we are praying. But then we are also trying from our side little bit, little by little. So when everybody or any being starts doing the things little by little, the required experience, the required expertise, the required that maturity comes. Even a bird, when it has to make a nest, even a small cub has to hunt its food, isn't it? Karte karte, they become experts in them. In the same way, the greatest, highest sadhanas required to be done, we may not be capable right now. But whatever is possible to us right now, if we are able to recognize it seriously, sincerely, and if we are able to do it honestly, the next stage of evolution will be provided to us by the divine, by the nature itself. So, therefore, visualize the present, visualize if the present continues, how will be the future? Visualize the spiritual goal or ultimate or acme or the highest position. Then see which is better. Then, if at all we are inspired by this Adhyatmika vision, not the vision that एक महात्मा जी बन गए और सब लोग फूल मालाएं फेंक रहे हैं और पाद पूजा कर रहे हैं, हाथ पूजा कर रहे हैं, सर का पूजा कर रहे हैं, आरती उतार रहे हैं, हाथी पे, घोड़े पे, गधे पे बिठाया. Not those funny outer things. है ना? The outer things are made to be done by the Lord, by the sadhakas or bhaktas or jivas or samsaris, so that they tune to that Mahatma and get his guidance. That is for them, not for this Mahatma. These Mahatmas full attention is only on his inner experience. And he is always in that inner experience only. while even performing outside, wherein one of the many things are this one. If somebody comes and praises and all, उसका कोई मायना नहीं रखता उस महात्मा को. The one who is seeing Brahman, the Atman, the self, even in the ant, who has found that Sama Vastu, how can anybody's praise or censuring affect, influence? No way, no question. Else he has not reached the truth only. Therefore, all these puja upasanas are botherations to him, useful to us. But he is always in that state of being. So visualize that one. That I am that infinite Akashasthaniya Atmavastu. The whole universe is in me only, and I am also in them. And their arrival, I am conscious of. Stay, I am conscious of. Modification, I am conscious of. Disappearance, I am conscious of. Another is coming, I am aware of it. In this way, the continuous pravaha of the Kalpita Vrittis or Kalpita Jagat. As yesterday we saw in Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana, Sri Vasishtha started telling us the most divine, sublime, toughest knowledge. Good, those who are not coming, they are escaping. Those who are coming, they are very good, that they are giving a chance to themselves for the deeper understanding. So, in that way, visualizing ourselves, just how it would be. Then, if it is inspiring, if it is really touching our heart, then we are little qualified and purified inside. Lucky. Then go for it. Then plan out for it. Then make all your journey preparations for it. And take all the things that are required en route and keep moving, keep walking, walking, walking. Only on that path. So the visualize all the time. Because we visualize the world and worldliness and worldly bhoga again and again, that gathers importance in us, that becomes a desire, irresistible, and then we are becoming worldly to obtain them. Principle remaining the same, only the application of the principle changes from the world and worldliness to the spiritual and spirituality to visualize. Both the negative, if we continue to be a samsari with the ignorance intact, with the delusions intact, with the habits intact, with the outer worldliness intact. One day, with all this nonsense, we die, only to be born with same again. And see in the world how many children, millions are born. You can visualize their life, seeing the parents, etc. They'll be only put in some educational system, some study, some naukari, some paisa, and they will also die one day. We will be like that. And in some places, because of Pura Janma Samskara, if the children have some beautiful spiritual values, spiritual knowledge, spiritual background, if they bring, the child prodigies are there. We see them. वो 2 साल में ही सारा गीता बोल लेता है या 3 साल में वो भजन कर लेता है कीर्तन कर लेता है by chance even if a child is born like that the stupid jealous patients jealousy definitely they'll put that fellow in a convent in a such a stupid school by which all these beautiful things are forgotten by that child and is efficiently sufficiently successfully destroyed by inducing the total Bhautikavada materialism in that child. We will be like that only. ऐसा ही जन्म लेना है क्या? Some rare cases I am telling that one. In general, though, children are born, they are just taken care 2 years, sent to the school, same routine nonsense will continue. Should we want that, then go ahead. But the other vision of it, the whole day filled in the divine smarana, divine manana, divine chintana, divine anubhuti, divinity only expressing through us to divinely serve the world. Yat bhavam tat bhavati. Whatever the bhava bhavana we have strongly, that is what we will be doing, that is what we will be reaching. So the bhavana shakti, that भावना से भावना करके भावना शक्ति से उसको भक्ति में बदलना है. Bhakti means I will achieve that state of being, that type of love for it. It helps and it definitely helps, and we have to take the help of this visualization, vision, and work on that secretly, silently. Dissatisfied with the present state of our immaturity, the present state of our lifestyle, very bhautika, very sharirika, very samsarika, very bandhana yukta. It's our choice either to continue, it's our choice to change. Whole world, the Prakriti, the Paramatma, all of them, whatever we choose, say tathastu to that. It is we, after studying our Shastras for a good amount of time, have to decide for ourselves what we have to achieve, want to achieve, and get those tathastu blessings from the higher powers and guidances. Visualize, visualize. See, the bhajans continuously we are able to chant. The Nama Sankirtana continuously going on. Hundreds of stotras we know. We are chanting them, immersed in that joy. The Gita, the Shastra, the mantras with the perfect bhavana of the meaning we are reveling in. So too the great Shastras, Prakarana Granthas, the Yoga Vasishtas, the Upanishadic mantra. सुबह उठते ही उपनिषद मंत्र स्मरण आ गया. Reveling in that mood we are. See that? And we are able to serve the world also in that field only. People are coming, we are requesting them or telling them that in spirituality only there is liberation. This is how it is done. Let us do together, encouraging people. How lovely that mood. Or this one, what we are going through. We are a bhogi and another bhogi comes to us and together we only do bhoga. Or we are a samsari, the other samsari comes. Other than the samsaric vishayas, no topic discussed. 2500 times we might have met our friends, relatives in our life. Every time the worldly discussion only, there is no paramarthika discussion. If you feel pleasure in that, if you want that alone, say, then the devatas will say, चल तथास्तु अगले 20 जन्म तक ऐसे रहो फिर. But if you visualize the other thing, company of Mahatmas, saints and sages, staying in the ashramas, visiting beautiful pilgrim places, visualizing the divinity in manifestation in the form of the entire Prakriti, entire Jiva Koti. Wow, what a lofty thing it is. What an inspiring thing. Should we not enjoy that one? Should we continue these trivials, they call as, or small little ticklings, as they call, small little momentary pleasures, and infinite amount of the regrets and guilts and the sins done en route, resulting in variety of bondages. ऐसा चाहिए हमको. अपने करतूतों के कारण we get such bodies of lower yonis. There also we are persecuted, even for survival, isn't it? These are all the results of our karma. And as yesterday it was described, And for that, Brahmana, Brahmana, he was doing the sales of the things in that people who are doing Kartika Masa Vrata. Something wrong he has done earlier, but now he has served them or sold the things there. So he was only shown the Naraka luckily. He didn't go through those. Then he was taken to the Yaksha Loka. Dhanayashwara Yaksha he became, assistant to Kuberji. What a good story it was, inspiring. Hmm. Just visualize, visualize, visualize. Encourage, encourage, encourage oneself. Inspire, inspire, inspire oneself. Becoming aware of what exactly the abilities, resources, conveniences presently we have, trying to make best use of them by our choiceful, conscious, careful, diligent, alertful, awareful efforts. Revel in that. Make a habit of living this meaningful, matured life. All else appears to be very glittering, but not gold. All that glitters is not gold. Gold alone is gold, even if it is appearing to be covered by some of the oxidations right now. So, the oxidations of wrong habits, vasanas, as we remove, the shining of the gold of Adhyatmika sadhana, we can visualize, and that gold, the experience itself, can become ours. Always, choice is ours. Om. 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 ॐ सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः ॐ शान्तिः 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 ॐ नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्मविद्यासम्प्रदायकर्तृभ्यो वंशऋषिभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः ॐ यैरिमे गुरुभिः पूर्वं पदवाक्यप्रमाणतः व्याख्याताः सर्ववेदान्ताः तान्नित्यं प्रणतोऽस्म्यहम् ॐ शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः ॐ निधये सर्वविद्यानां विषजे भवरोगिणां गुरवे सर्वलोकानां दक्षिणामूर्तये नमः ॐ श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानामालयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करम् ॐ भव एव भवानिति मे नितरां समजायत चेतसि कौतुकिता मम वारय मोहमहाजलधिं भवशङ्करदेशिकमे शरणम् ॐ ब्रह्मानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि परब्रह्मणे श्रुतिमात्रे समस्तब्रह्मविद्याचार्येभ्यो ऋषिभ्यो मुनिभ्यो गुरुभ्यो देवताभ्यो नमः श्रीश्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः आचार्येभ्यो नमः अस्मद्गुरुभ्यो नमः सङ्कल्पः तेषां सर्वेषां कृपा अनुग्रहेण उपनिषदुक्तब्रह्मात्मैक्यबोधेन अस्मिन् क्षणे एव मोक्ष कैवल्यप्राप्त्यर्थं सनातनधर्मस्य वैदिकैन्दवसंस्कृतेः साम्प्रदायानां शास्त्राणां मोक्षमार्गाणां गुरुशिष्यभक्तभगवत्परम्परादीनां पुनरुत्थानजागरणविश्वव्याप्ते विश्वाध्यात्मिकप्रगति एकता शान्ति पुरोभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्मिन् सनातनधर्मसंस्थापने कङ्कणबद्ध अस्माकं स सर्वेषां निरन्तर दिग्विजयार्थं श्रीराममन्दिरवत् शिवकृष्णादिसमस्त मन्दिराणाम् आश्रमाणां पुण्यदिव्य क्षेत्राणां विश्वविद्यालयादीनां भूभागादीनां पुनरवाप्तितेषु निरन्तरशास्त्राध्ययन अध्यापन उपासना यज्ञयागसाधना सेवा तपस्या प्रार्थनादीनां द्वारा भारतवर्षस्य सनातनधर्मस्य बाह्याभ्यन्तरशत्रूणां शाश्वतरूपेण समूलनिर्मूलनार्थं भारतवर्षे विश्वे च अस्मात् क्षणादारभ्य शाश्वतरूपेण वैदिक-हैन्दवसंस्कृतेः सुसम्प्रतिष्ठा अवाप्त्यर्थं विश्वे मोक्षधर्मपुरुषार्थप्रतिष्ठाद्वारा विश्वसंरक्षणाभिवृद्ध्यर्थम् अस्यां कक्षायाम् आगतानां सर्वेषां सङ्कल्पितसत्कर्मसु दिग्विजयार्थं तेषां हृदये परब्रह्म भगवद्देवता गुरुशास्त्रसत्सङ्गसाधना सेवा मातापितृदेशधर्मसनातनधर्मभक्त्यादीनां द्वारा जन्म साफल्यार्थमनेक शास्त्राणाम् अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मध्ये श्रीकृष्णे यजुर्वेदीय श्वेताश्वतरोपनिषदः श्री आद्यशंकर भाष्य समेत अध्ययन साधना प्रयत्न मोक्षार्थं वयं सर्वे करिष्यामहे। ओम नित्यानन्दं निराधारं निखिलाधारमव्ययं निगमाद्यगतं नित्यं नीलकण्ठं नमाम्यहम्। ओम सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहैः। ओम शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः। अथ द्वितीयोऽध्यायः पारायणम्। Friends, just spend 3 minutes in the chanting. ॐ युञ्जानः प्रथमं मनः तत्त्वाय सविता धियः अग्नेर्ज्योतिर्निचाय्य पृथिव्या अद्या भरत युक्तेन मनसा वयं देवस्य सवितुः सवे सुवर्गेयाय शक्त्या युक्त्वाय मनसा देवान् सुवर्यतो धिया दिवं बृहज्योतिः करिष्यतः सविता प्रसुवातितान् युञ्जते मन उत युञ्जते धियः विप्रा विप्रस्य बृहतो विपश्चितः विहोत्रा दधे वयुनाविदेकः इन्मही देवस्य सवितुः परिष्टुतिः युजेवां ब्रह्मपूर्व्यं नमोभिः विश्लोक एतुपथ्येव सूरेः शृण्वन्तु विश्वे अमृतस्य पुत्राः आये धामानि दिव्यानि तस्थुः अग्निर्यत्राभिमथ्यते वायुर्यत्राधिरुध्यते सोमो यत्रातिरिच्यते तत्र सञ्जायते मनः सवित्रा प्रसवेन जुषेत ब्रह्मपूर्व्यं तत्र योनिं कृणवसे न हि ते पूर्तमक्षिपत् त्रिरुन्नतं स्थाप्य समं शरीरं हृदीन्द्रियाणि मनसा सन्निवेश्य ब्रह्मोडुपेन प्रतरेत विद्वान् श्रोतांसि सर्वाणि भयावहानि प्राणान् प्रपीड्येह संयुक्तचेष्टः क्षीणे प्राणे नासिकयोच्छ्वसीत दुष्टाश्वयुक्तमिव वाहमेनं विद्वान् मनो धारयेता प्रमत्तः समे शुचौ शर्करावह्निवालुकौ इवर्जिते शब्दजलाश्रयादिभिः मनोनुकूले न तु चक्षुपीडने गुहानिवाताश्रयणे प्रयोजयेद नीहारधूमार्कानिलानलानां खद्योतविद्युत् स्फटिकशशीनाम् एतानि रूपाणि पुरःसराणि ब्रह्मण्यभिव्यक्तिकराणि योगे पृथ्व्यप्तेजो निलखे समुत्थिते पञ्चात्मके योगगुणे प्रवृत्ते न तस्य रोगो न जरा न मृत्युः प्राप्तस्य योगाग्निमयं शरीरं लघुत्वमारोग्यमलोलुपत्वं वर्णप्रसादं स्वरसौष्ठवं च गन्धः शुभो मूत्रपुरीशमल्पं योगप्रवृत्तिं प्रथमां वदन्ति यथैव बिम्बं हृदयोपलिप्तं तेजोमयं भ्राजते तत्सुधान्तं तद्वात्मतत्त्वं प्रसमीक्ष्य देहि एकः कृतार्थो भवते वीतशोकः यदात्मतत्त्वेन तु ब्रह्मतत्त्वं दीपोपमेनेह युक्तः प्रपश्येत् अजं ध्रुवं सर्वतत्त्वैर्विशुद्धं ज्ञात्वा देवं मुच्यते सर्वपाशैः एषः देवः प्रदिशोऽनु सर्वाः पूर्वोह जातः सौ गर्भे अन्तः स एव जातः स जनिष्यमाणः प्रत्यङ्जनास्तिष्ठति सर्वतोमुखः यो देवो अग्नौ योऽप्सु यः विश्वं भुवनमाविवेश य ओषधीषु यो वनस्पतिषु तस्मै देवाय नमो नमः. Friends, Siddhanta is told that within our own heart, the Sat Chit Ananda Swarupa Atma we have to discover. But then, right now, either our knowledge or our conviction or our Vrata Nishtha Dikshas or even the strengths that are required or the controlling power on the faculties or the freedom from the outward tendencies we don't have sufficiently. Therefore, very much it is a need for us to pursue this inner journey, the help and cooperation and blessing of the higher power. That higher power is called as the Bhagavan, the Devata. Here he is given the name Savitha. So the Savita's Kripa we are invoking to ensure that we are able to do the inner sadhana about which we are convinced to reach to that convinced goal of the inner self. Remember, Savita, the Lord Surya, because we see him every day, this Rishi of Shwethashwathara thought of giving that Savita as the example or as the Devata for us. But when we study, that Savita should be taken by us as none other than the Ishwara himself. The Ishwara is none other than the Brahman, the goal, the Atman. So the Brahman, the goal, the Atman alone, with his total Maya Shakti at the Samishti level, he is expressing as Ishvara, ruling, controlling, governing all the beings. But Ishvara, Nirguna, Saguna Nirakara, tough to catch. If Saguna Sakara is there, we can catch. That's why that same Ishvara in the form of Savita is being taken. So, for our Drishti, it is Savita. For our Nama, it is our Savita. For our even Smarana, it is Bhagavan Surya alone with all his Kirana Shakti. But in our understanding, that Surya is Ishvara, that Ishvara is Brahman. If you are fond of Krishna, go ahead. Rama, go ahead. Without doubt, doing sadhana is important. Any alambana is okay. But this is Upanishadic mantra. So when we do Upanishad, when every one of them are same, then which Upanishad we are studying Shwethashwathara? That Rishi Shwethashwathara ji, which Upasya Devata he has recommended? Surya. Then we should be able to do that also. है ना? As much with fondness and love and devotion, we are able to do Upasana of our own Ishtadeva. With the same fondness and love devotion, we should be able to do the upasana of that Devata who is indicated, suggested either by our living Guru or even the Shruti Mata. Isn't it? Like my Ishta Devata is Ram. But here I am recommended to do the Savita Upasana. With as much love and devotion I can do to my Rama, so much if I can do to the Surya recommended here, I mastered my mind, freed from all confusions, because my intellect is clear. The Brahman is one, he alone is Ishvara, himself expresses in so many forms. When the choice is given to me, I will do worship of Rama. But when I am told to do the Surya, with the same choice, I will do the Surya also. That capacity, that ability. You know? So we have made it very clear that in these mantras of the second chapter, the Surya Anugraha is invoked. Surya Kripa is invoked. Surya here is Savitha. For our successful inner sadhana. And it is so essential. And we have seen with our own regular effort, we are not able to achieve it. You know? Like a heavy load of 2 tons or quintals. Then we are told to pull it. How many meters or kilometers we can pull? Even a millimeter also we can't. Because the load is so heavy. Same way, the load of vasanas, desires, the bahirmukhatas, the load of identity with the upadhis, slavery to them, so heavy that the inner journey of meditation by our own selves becomes tough for a long period of time. That is why, unhesitatingly, having indicated to us the truth in the first chapter, in the very beginning of second chapter, unhesitatingly, our Shruti Mata and Shwethashwathara Rishi giving us the alambana, sapota, savita for the upasana. Think about it. So take it, make the journey easier. So, with all the ardence and devotion, with full faith that the all pervading Parabrahman alone is Ishwara, the Ishwara alone is Savita, then we are praying to Him. And we said yesterday, the prayer is last. Before that prayer, for Him to receive our prayers and respond, we have to do the required offerings or upasanas, etc. So here, upasanas are already done. Now the prayers are extended. It is taken for granted that upasanas are done. Whether they are Sandhya upasanas, the Arghya upasanas, or we do the upasana of Surya, like any of the devatas, Shodashopachara or Surya Stutis, we do to the stotrams or even the Surya Upanishadadi mantras. All in all, our mind in utter uncompromising devotion and surrender, tuned to Bhagavan Surya. Being in that mood of utter devotion, like being in the mood of utter devotion, the subordinate asks the boss for the leaves or any other sanctioning, or the child asks the father for the fees or for money for some expenses. Isn't it feel that with full faith in the mother or father, the child says कि ये खरीदना है, मुझे can you give money? Isn't it? So can we create that mood of Shraddha in Savita, and then with the equal Shraddha that he can bless us, he has power and willingness. Can we pray for the thing that's required? And here prayer is what? Our minds and our senses are so extroverted, not allowing us to focus on the truth. So please see to it that they don't become that way, trouble creating or liabilities or the distracting factors from our sadhana. Hey Savita, please help. And mind you, as you and I as Jiva existing with the individual upadhis, so too the Ishwara is there with the Samashti upadhi. And for him to adjust our prarabdhas, our habits, our vasanas, and set them right so that our attention of the faculties is kartum shakyah, he can undo it, anyatha kartum shakyah, he can do it otherwise. That faith we must have in that Ishwar. See, it's a necessity that we need the help, and the faith that he has capacity and willingness to help. Lord Savitha. So, the Sambandha Bhashya we have seen, first mantra we have thoroughly studied. So, idanim tadapekshita sadhana vidhanartham ditiya adhyaya arabhyate. So, in the second adhyaya, so many sadhanas will be told for us, doing which we are capable of doing the inner dhyana with the help of pranava. Among so many sadhanas which we are supposed to do, before the actual sadhana of doing dhyana on the self through Omkara, for the faculties to become intact, the first sadhana indicated is the Upasana to Savitha. So, the Upasana to Savitha is the first sadhana by which we get his blessings, with which our faculties are in our control. With that, then we'll do the main sadhana of the Antaratma Dhyana. Savitha will not give us the result without dhyana. Savitha will not do the dhyana for us. Savitha will only tune our faculties for us to do the dhyana. And see the beauty here? The ultimate jnana is given about the goal, whole first chapter. Then the upasana is taught about for his Savitha. With his blessings, the upadhis are intact. Then third now, with the intact upadhis, some more preparational sadhanas we have to do for ourselves to become qualified. Then what said was the Om, with the Om as Alambana, we are able to meditate on this self. Isn't it? Now take that Om in whatever the picturized manner. है ना कैसे भी आप पिक्चराइज करते हो है ना लाइक पिक्चराइजिंग द ओम पिक्चराइज मीन्स व्हाट विजुअलाइजिंग आजकल इतने सारे मशीनरी आए हैं ना सो जो फसल को काटता है मशीन बस इतना स्पीड हो छोटो आई एम डूइंग द ओम उपासना दैट वो वृत्तिया रूपी फसल को काट रहा है नलिफाई कर रहा है सो आई एम बिकमिंग निर्वृत्तिक आई एम बिकमिंग दृष्टा दृश्य रहित सी ओमकार आलम्बन करके ओंकार को सामने ले जाते हुए मैं सारा परमात्मा के मार्ग में जो भी ऑब्स्टेकल्स है ये सारा एज इफ द ओम इज कंज्यूमिंग you can imagine a vacuum cleaner. The Om is like a vacuum cleaner. It is just sucking out the dust of our all minds, thoughts, extrovertedness, tamogunas, rajogunas. So chanting the Om is doing this job. When the Om is doing that job, I am focusing on the self. See that? This is called as Pranava Dhyana. Through the alambana of the Pranava, Dhyana on the Atmavastu. All that will be done later. For that, you have to be prepared. For preparation, what sadhanas? This chapter is going to tell. Even to do those sadhanas, we have to have our faculties controlled, tuned. And for that, along with our self accepted self discipline, invoking the grace of Lord. Why Lord's grace? Because it quickens the process. And also, how many obstacles are there, we don't know. So, how much of the vasanas, prarabdhas we have, don't know. So, suddenly, right from the beginning, we take the help of the heavy loaded God. Any big problems come, he will be able to manage. Therefore, we need him. क्योंकि जा रहे हैं रास्ते में आगे प्रारब्ध में क्या है हमको क्या पता तो इट शुड नॉट डिस्ट्रैक्ट अस फ्रॉम साधना तो इफ द हेवीएस्ट लोडेड लॉर्ड is there with us to help us. That's why the Savitha Upasana. Okay, what is the first mantra? Yunjanaha pratamam manaha tatvaya savita dhiyah agner jyotir nichaya prithivya adhya bharat Yunjanaha pratamam manaha tatvaya savita dhiyah agner jyotir nichaya prithivya adhya bharat this shloka with Bhashyam. We studied summary because it is very mystical language, it is said, and grammatically also twisted and etc. with lots of gaps, the essence of it so beautifully put in front of us by Bhagwan Shankara Bhashyakar. We will see it again. But before that, these are the mantras, having so many of the necessary meanings in that. Corollary, we can say, are the secondary, third level of meanings which the Guru wants to convey through them. We should be able to catch that also. One or two we just see as a sample. Like what? Yunjanaha pratamam manaha. So in these two things are there. Manaha pratamam yunjanaha. See how many things can be contemplated on this. Prathama means first and foremost. Manaha means the flow of thoughts. Manaha means the emotions of the mind. Yunjanaha is to be yoked. Manaha also means likingness. Means what? The first thing which we have to do is what? Our likingness, willingness that we want to tune to that Paramatma with our mana. This should be our clarity of the goal. तो मैं मेरे मन के द्वारा परमात्मा को ट्यून होता हुआ उन्हीं को पाऊंगा. If in this first thing there is no firmness, isn't it? Then our prayer to Surya also will not be so firm. So when our prayers are not firm, his blessings also will not be firm. जैसे आप किसी को बुलाए बहुत ढीले डाले, अच्छा आपको टाइम है तो आ जाना, वैसे कोई गल नहीं है. What will that fellow think? That we have really seriously, sincerely invited him? He knows it. ये तो फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए बुला रहा है. तो will he come? He will not come, no? Like you call me. फॉर्मेलिटी के लिए. स्वामी जी आपको आना है तो आओ, नहीं तो नहीं है. वैसे तो आप बिजी हैं आजकल, इससे कोई गल नहीं. You tell like that. Is it invitation or not? It's only a slip of tongue which you have corrected. गलती से बुलाया, but I know स्वामी जी won't take things seriously. So why will I come? Same way, if our prayers to Savitha are half-hearted, how can he respond? Why his prayers are half-hearted? Why his blessings are half-hearted? Why our prayers are half-hearted? Because this Prathamam Manaha Savit that we have not achieved. You and I who have studied Vedanta so far, हमको ही अपने मन से साधना करके परमात्मा को पाने का दृढ़ अचंचल इच्छा या विश्वास या श्रद्धा नहीं है तो अब दूसरों का क्या होगा. दिस इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग. नाउ थिंक अबाउट इट. दैट्स व्हाट आई एम सेइंग. द सेकेंडरी corollary understandings, how many we can get from our shastras, just like the first chapter, second chapter Gita also. How many things we saw in that. Kutastva kashmalam idam vishame samupastitam anarya jushtam asvargyam अकीर्तिकरम. आपको बोर हेवी लग रहा है सोच के मैं उसको भगा दिया उस श्लोक को. अदरवाइज वो एक ही श्लोक और 3 दिन बोल सकते. उतना उसमें सार है. नाउ सेकंड इज व्हाट? इफ आवर मनः प्रथमम मीन्स फर्स्ट एंड फॉरमोस्ट. प्रथमम मीन्स सिंगल पॉइंटेडली, not yunjana, not tuned to the ultimate goal, which is understood, convinced, accepted after sufficiently studying the Shastra, then our goal will be something else. Our desire will be something else. And for that only we do the Upasana to Savitha or any of the Ishtadevata. And the most unfortunate thing is, he will bless us tatast. It is an unfortunate thing that the Lord blesses us. He has no choice with whatever we ask other than Paramatma. Therefore, both the things, that the mind, that the Paramatma alone is our goal, and we have full desire to achieve that Paramatma exclusively. That is the meaning of Prathamam, Prathamam, Prathamam. Manaha, 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 Yunjana. After this, our preparation, then we must go to Savitha. If our preparation is not there, that I want Paramatma alone, and if my preparation is not there, that the Savitha can bless me for this purpose, then either my going will be half-hearted Or even if I go wholeheartedly, I go for a wrong purpose. Not for the ultimate truth, but for other binding things. Isn't it? So युंजानः प्रथमम मनः, मतलब अपने दिल दिमाग को पहले ठीक करो कि उसमें परमात्मा को ही पाने का इच्छा है. Then ask the Savita. What is that? So Yunjanaha Pratham Manaha, and that's why Tattvaya. The mind should be single pointedly having the goal of Tattva only, the Paramatma only, the Parabrahma only. है ना? Then actually इसमें ऐसा मीनिंग है इस श्लोक में, आई टेल यू कि it is not that we pray to the Ishwara or Savita with गिड़गिड़ाते हुए, request करते हुए, with all the doubts and fears whether he blesses or not. No, the tone is not this in this shloka. The tone is little different. Huh? What is the tone? You know, कि पृथिव्या अध्याभरत means what? If you yourself are that way, fully tuned to the Paramatma Tattva in your mana, the Savita himself feels necessary. And Savita himself feels necessary to bless us. Isn't it? If the child is so obedient, hardworking, does not the father feel it is necessary from his side to find all the resources to help the child to study well or do well in his things? Isn't it? एक डिसाइपल भी बहुत श्रद्धा से कर रहा है तो गुरु खुद ही एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत करता है बिना पूछे. लाइक सीइंग हनुमान जी डीप सिंसियरिटी, बिना पूछे भगवान रामा हैज गिवन द अंगूठी, अंगूठा or अंगूठी. He has again himself. Hanumanji did not ask. He did not ask. He just should be qualified. That's it. Hanumanji is qualified inside with a single pointed devotion. What is it? Till Rama comes, it is single pointed devotion to Sugriva. The moment Rama comes, now it is single pointed devotion to his Rama. Rama knew it. It's so transparent. Hanumanji's heart. Very clearly seen. Ram knows he is capable, he is willing, he is non distracted. He has no other goal. He cannot have any other goal. He has seen him serving Sugriva. He has known. देवर उसको कहीं भी भेजो वो डिस्ट्रैक्ट नहीं होगा. With his sleepy nature, with its bhoga buddhi, nowhere he'll be distracted. Isn't it? Hanumanji's that quality is Rama studied. Therefore, he knows if at all somebody can cross ocean, see Sitaji, talk to her, it is only him. He himself gave that mudrika without even Hanumanji asking. See that? Here also, Savita or all devatas should be forced to bless us. Like same Hanumanji story, what Surasa says, Rama kaju sabu kariha ho, tuma bala buddhi nidhana. आशीष देई गई सो हरसि चलेऊ Hanumana. Even Lankini also said. She says also that remember the Lord and enter into Lanka. Prabhisi Nagara Kije Sabakacha, Hridaya Raki Kosalapura Raja. And all that say to us that when we deserve, entire Prakriti divinity blesses us. Either it's for Paramatma Tattva or it's for the worldly bhoga. And same powers will curse us if our lakshya is arthakama, and that also through adharma and the papa. This is how the universe works. We have to become aware of it. So, this is what is so many things that can be learned from this shloka. The main thought is I am trying my best to put my mind in Paramatma. But the sense organs with their outward nature, again trained by me only from many lives because of my ignorance and delusion, are now pulling me away. My aim is my mind away from the goal. O Lord Surya, please order the Adhisthana Devatas of each of the Indriya not to function through those indriyas to go into the world, rather stay in the sharira, in the indriya golakas. So the eyes are not going out to embrace the forms. The ability of the eye, indriya, given by the Savitha, should not permit the indriya to see the world outside. Eye. So to the ears. So to all indriyas. है ना? So it is by knowingly or unknowingly we are asking the devatas to guide us or bless us or empower to be extroverted so far. That's why we are Bahirmukhi. Now we want to discover the inner self. Therefore, we have to change our prayers. Now, एक एक इंद्रिय देवता को पकड़ के उनसे रिक्वेस्ट करने का एक तरीका है ना? नमो ब्रह्मणे नमस्ते वायो और शन्न इंद्र शम नो मित्र शम वरुण शन्नो भवतु अर्यमा शन्न इंद्रो बृहस्पति शन्नो विष्णुरुक्रमः. All these what sham means what? Oh, all adhisthana devatas, please don't go extroverted into worldly. Please, all of you cooperate with me. In my intellect I am convinced that I want to achieve Paramatma as the goal. Please help me in going towards Paramatma, not away. तो इससे रिटेल आस्किंग ईच ऑफ द देवता, और इसमें होलसेल सीधा सविता से पूछ लिया. सविता हैज द पावर्स टू ऑर्डर ऑल देवतास. ही कैन जस्ट सेंड वन ऑर्डर. जैसे ना द प्राइम प्रेसिडेंट permits that bill passed. No, under the permission of the president, the parliament just passes that bill, makes it, prime minister signs it. It just goes on fax or nowadays email in a minute's time to all over the country, all over the departments. That's the power. Very moment these rules have changed, new rules have come. Same way, when Savita is convinced about our intentions and our prayers, he'll just pass orders to all devatas, after which those devatas will change their course from our taking into the worldliness into the spirituality. When that happens, the Agni Devata in the mouth will not sing any more Sinamagana. It will only chant Bhagavan Nama. The Chakshur Devata Surya will not more see any Duradarshana. It will only see my own Lord Krishna. The Digdevata ears will not make me listen the Chungli Chokori or anything else. My ears will be listening only the Brahma Katha, the Rama Katha. Isn't it? The my Vishnu Devata will not take my legs and me to those worldly things. That will take me to the temple only, and I'll enjoy doing that pranama pradakshina to the Lord. The Indra Devata of the hands will no more make me do the worldly works. The Indra Devata will make me do the upasana to my Lord. You understood? This it's becoming such a struggle to us that even one sadhana, even little bit also, we are not able to do. Such an amount of frustration, depression. हो नहीं रहा क्या? नहीं हो रहा है तो we are not at all sadhakas. साधक को इतना दुख, इतना डिप्रेशन, इतना होना चाहिए भयंकर कि I am not able to do even little sadhana. Just like a bhogi, when he doesn't get the bhoga, how much he becomes frustrated, like an addict. We should become like that. That is a very healthy sign to begin with. Out of that only comes our Tivra Vairagya, comes our Tivra Prarthana to the Lord. That's why you see, whomever the Lord wants to bless, He corners that fellow so much that he has no way other than these two ways of one becoming absolute Vairagi, second total surrender. See Parikshit. He had to become absolute Vairagi, total surrender. See Arjuna. He had to become absolute Vairagi and he had to totally surrender. That's the blessings of God only other way. So, Yunjana Pratamam Manaha Tatvaya Savita Dhiyaha. What is Savita is expected to do? Agnehe Jyotihi Nichaya. Agni is the Vagdevata. Jyoti means that Vagdevata's Anugraha Prakashaka Shakti of the Vani. Nichaya उसको ऑब्जर्व करके, पृथिव्याह मीन्स फ्रॉम द वर्ल्ड, अधि मीन्स ऊपर, आभरत मीन्स लाकर बिठाए, where in their own upadhis, in their own golakas. So my speaking ability is remaining in the mouth, it is not expressed out. Because if the speech happens out, with that the mind goes, with that the intellect goes, with that I also go away. But I am a sadhaka, I am wanting to discover my inner self. I have to make my mind introverted. But if my speech speaks, then I have to be extroverted. So to all other faculties. And it can be extended in so many ways. One more way is what? Wherever, whenever we are able to do sadhana, it is only Krupa of the Ishwara and Krupa of all the respective devatas. And like in our house, if continuously the bijli is there, Bina Thap away, is it not the Krupa of the electrical department? If continuously the water supply is there, is it not the Krupa of that PWD? Bolo, the municipal work is happening. Is all there? Public works department, वो लोग काम कर रहे हैं. If there is safety and security, is it not the police wale doing their law and order? Whether you recognize it or not. If in our grocery shop all the items are continuously coming, does it not? Is it not mean that thousands of the companies working relentlessly to produce all these goods and send to this shop? Whether we recognize or not. If this continuous supply of rice means right from the farmers who are working day in and day out, the chain of so many people in between are acting. That's why a well packed 20 kg rice is available for you to buy in the shop. In the same way, how many devatas, rishis are working? Even this, if this class is happening, how many rishis, munis are blessing? In so many ways. The internet is there, the bijli is there, the charging is there, the computer and all of them are working well here, and in your place the receiving sets are working. So the idea is, whenever we need success, we need to pray. Whenever we are having success, we need to acknowledge and extend gratitude that it is by the grace of the Lord only, the Savitha, through various devatas. So we have to be humble, we have to be simple, we have to be grateful, we have to be prayerful, and be relentless in the sadhana which we can do, which is in our hands. Otherwise, क्या होगा फिर? We become samsari. All the help received from the God becomes wasted. So that's what is the yunjana pratamam manaha devaya, sorry, tatvaya savita dhiyaha agnehe jyotihi nichaya prutivyadhi abharatu. See that essence of etaduktam bhavati. What is it? Jnane pravrittasya mama manaha. My mind which is now involved in the Atma Jnana. Atma Jnana is Atma Prapti. Knowing the self is being the self. That we have already studied in our other Upanishads. So the mind which is involved in the Jnana Prapti Prayatna Mama Manaha Bahya Vishaya Jnanat Upasamhritya. Same in Taittiriya Upanishad. Shrutam me gopaya medhaya pehitaha. So here Bahya Vishaya Jnanat Upasamhritya. परमात्मनि एव संयोजयितुम. नाउ देखो इस बात पे कितना डिस्कस करना है या कितना डीपली समझना है ना? थिंक अबाउट इट दैट आई वांट टू बिल्ड ए गुड हाउस, हैव लॉट्स ऑफ vehicles or lot of comforts, but whatever the salary I have, I am just like a spendthrift, spending only in the non essentials. क्या होगा क्या मेरा सपना पूरा? है ना? I just want my son to study well and get great job. But उसको मैं प्रॉपर स्कूल में दाखिला नहीं किया, nor I am taking care of him or inquiring him whether he is studying or not. होगा क्या वो? Same way, I am desiring to discover the self inside the heart, and the instrument, the mind, is leaking outside. Will I be able to achieve the self inside? That is the meaning of here. Mama manaha which manaha? Jnane pravrittasya. That jnane pravrittasya is yunjanaha pratamam manaha. So my desire, my willingness to realize the self inside is stronger. Yet, because of vasanas, because of the habits, this mind has a capacity to go outside through senses. Therefore, कि मम मनः बाह्य विषय ज्ञानात् उपसंहृत्य परमात्मनि एव संयोजयितुम्. From the all outer Vishaya Jnana, having done Upasamharana, for it to focus only in the self inside. Now relate this subject to what we were studying yesterday in Yoga Vasishta. What was the subject under discussion in Yoga Vasishta? Bandha Hetu Nirupanam. Now was not told to us by Vasishta ji, the Bandha Karaka is the Drushya for the Drashta. So yavat drishya remains, the corresponding bound drashta will continue. In drashta alone becomes jnata. Jnata alone becomes kamayita. Kamayita alone becomes karta. Karta alone becomes bhokta. The karta bhokta jiva bhava is the samsara. Bandhan. Very sublime thought we are studying in Yoga Vasishta. Very powerful ultimate. पूरा चैप्टर और आगे वाला भी दो सर्ग जो है फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड all of them. So here also, from the Bhakya Vishya, Nivritya, having withdrawn, the mind should focus only on the self. Is it happening now? Desire to hai, I want to meditate, but close the eyes and see how fast the mind is embracing the outer world. And continuous it's being there. Try to pull it like a naughty, notorious son or criminal. वो सुनता ही नहीं हमारे बात. So whom to take the help of? Isn't it? That's the subtlest thing. I told you example yesterday. If somebody is doing wrong, the power with which he is doing wrong, withdraw that power. Stop the giving of power or fuel. Naturally, that fellow will not do that. So the power is given by devatas for the indriyas to leak out and take the mind with them. So if the indriyadhisthana devatas are requested or ordered, so they don't empower these faculties, then they don't go outside. That's the technique that's used here in this para, in this particular shloka, in this particular sandarbha, in this sadhana. So mama manaha bahya vishaya jnanad upasamhritya paramatman eva samyojayitum. For that sake, what is to be done? Carefully listen. Anugrahaka devatatmanam. All the anugrahaka devatas. For example, one devata is mentioned in this mantra, Agni. Therefore, Agni Adinam. And what are these? Our Agni, etc. too? Yet Sarva Vastu Prakashana Samarthyam. So Agnadi Devatas have the Samarthya for the Vastu Prakashana. And the Vastus, when I see, because the blessing of this Agnyadi Adhisthana Devata of Indriyas, I become Bahirmukha. Then I will becoming Vastu attached. Samsari. So therefore, इन सारे अनुग्राहक देवताओं को क्या कहना चाहिए कि अनुग्राहक देवतात्मनाम अज्ञादीनाम यत् सर्वस्तु प्रकाश सामर्थ्यम तत् दट सामर्थ्यम उसको क्या करना चाहिए सर्वम अस्मत् वागादिषु संपादयेत् सविता. So Vagadishu Sampadayat Savita. And then let Surya Bhagavan make the each of the Adhisthana Devatas that Samarthya should be made to stay only in the Indriyas. Like the two examples we give. Right? One is heavy rains, thunderstorms, cyclones are expected, Manu. Then don't the government announces the flight should be there in their own bus, they should not take off. The trains should be halt there, etc. The people should not go out. The fishermen should not go to venture. क्योंकि heavy cyclone आ रहा है तो danger. One example is. Other one is a very important VVIP, a foreign delegate, has come, let us say, the president and prime minister of a famous country and a superpower country. Is not that in the entire Delhi mein, the Kartavya Path and all of them are made nirmanushya for those few hours, is not the entire traffic removed? If you understand it, in the same way, when I am pursuing my inner self, How can my mind leak through the senses into the outer world? It should not. Take the help of the Savitha. Savitha will order the Agnyadi Devata. Agnyadi Devatas, what they do? The Sarvavastu Prakasha Samarthyam, which they are there, they stay back in the Indriyas only. They won't go out. So I prayed to Savitha. Savitha ordered Agni Devata. Agni Devata made Vani, not to talk anything outside. So too, the Dig Devata made the ears not to leak out to listen to sounds. Isn't it? The same thing as achieved through Chitta Vritti Nirodhatmaka Yoga Sadhana, which is very tough. Here, prayer and surrender to the Lord, then He will make some adjustment by which around you, 100 people are there shouting, talking, and fighting is going on, lots of sounds. Yet you don't listen anything with your ears, and your mind is not leaking through the ears to embrace those sounds. The mind is on its job of focusing on the self. Try to imagine that state, that none of the indriya vastus outside are pulling the indriyas and mind towards them, even though we are amidst them. See the capacity? That's what we have to achieve. And that comes to us when the Adhisthana Devatas bless. And that happens when the Savita orders them. And that happens when we request Savita Bhagwan after Upasana to him. So it is like this. हिंदी में हे भगवान सविता अब सारे इन अधिष्ठान देवताओं को कहें कि इंद्रियां बाहर ना जावे, वो अपने अपने गोलकों में ही रहे, ताकि मैं जो काम चुना हूं मेरे मन को उस परमात्मा पर फोकस करने का जो मेरे हृदय में है, वो बिना कोई विघ्न का हो, बिना कोई कष्ट का हो, है ना? ऑब्स्टेकल एंड डिफिकल्टी. The ones who are extroverted, for them, it itself is abstraction and it itself is so difficult. So, this is the beauty of this sloka. Sampadayet Savita. And see the next line. Yat prasadat avapyate yogaha. है ना? Here yat prasadat avapyate yogaha. इसमें साम you add करना. When the Savita is prasanna on us, the yoga happens. Through the Savita, when Indriya Adhisthana Devatas are prasanna on us, the yoga happens. Because of the Adhisthana Devatas, when the Indriyas are not going outside, then the yoga happens. When all these preparations are done, mind focusing on the Paramatma easily happens. Yat prasadat avapyate yogaha. Remember that. Aham tva sarvapapibhya mokshesya mashuchaha. Everywhere we see that the prasannata of the indriyas, prasannata of the mana, prasannata of the adhisthana devatas, prasannata of the Ishwara, when it is there, the yoga sadhana happens beautifully. Just like in an office, class 4 से लेकर clerk से लेकर UDC से लेकर section officer से लेकर, then all of them, if they are well disciplined, well honest in their work, the file movement goes so fast that no case is pending, nothing is delayed. It is like an automatic mission working, फटाफट सब काम हो जाता है. On the other hand, if the boss से लेकर subordinate तक everybody is irregular, lazy, not loving their work, never caring, never grateful to the government which gave the job, never responsible to the public, no concern for them, no sympathy for the human beings. If that is the way the government officers work, एक बंदा भी खुश नहीं रहता जो गवर्नमेंट में काम कराना चाहता है. दैट वाज इंडिया. इवन नो ऐसा ही है, थोड़ा ऊपर ऊपर बदलाव है और बहुत चाहिए. दैट इज व्हाई whole country should be made private, and those who work 14-16 hours, then only they should be given salary. Then only their arrogance will go away, their laziness will go away, their bhoga pravritti will go away. By the way, I am telling, in the same way, our all indriyas are going out, prana shakti is going out, and they're so powerful they are to command the mind and kidnap the mind along with them. Then all our dreams of meditating and realizing the self will remain only as dreams. That's the meaning of yat prasadat avapyate yoga iti artha. So Agni Shabdah itara itarasam api anugrahaka devatanam upalakshanartham. The Agni is a representative of all other devatas also. Anugrahaka devatana. Anugraha devata means those who bless the faculties to function. So see how many things, so many we saw in this shloka. Main thing is what? We are willing to realize the self inside. We are trying to focus our mind on towards that self, but senses are troubling and taking the mind away. Therefore, through the Savitha Upasana and Prarthana, we are requesting the Adhisthana Devatas to make the Indriyas stay in their own Golaka. Your mind is free from all of them. Yesterday, we give you example. You called the friends of your own son not to disturb this fellow. Therefore, nobody came or nobody called. Now this fellow is busy in his study. है ना? अदरवाइज कोई ना कोई फोन करता है या आ जाता है, इसके साथ जाता है वो, उनके साथ, तो ये पड़ेगा नहीं कभी. So the sense organs are stopped. Why the Adhisthana Devatas? Because Savitha told them. Because we prayed to Savitha. Now the mind is free. Now let the mind is Yunjanaha Pratamam Manaha Tattvaya. For knowing the tattva inside the heart, the mind is beautifully doing that inner inquiry through the Omkara Alambana. आराम से ओम का मंत्र उच्चारण चल रहा है and आराम से inner contemplation is happening, in which I am so clearly knowing that the Annamaya Kosha is only Drushya, I am the Drashta. Drushya cannot be Drashta. Pranamaya is Drushya, I am the Drashta. So too, all the koshas are Drushya, I am the Drashta. And the nature of the Drashta is Sakshi. The nature of the Sakshi is Sachidananda. So I am that Sachidananda. Thank you, O Om, for helping me as an Alambana. See that? How quickly we can do that and keep on doing it till it happens. Now it is not as easy as said, no. Therefore, two more mantras again talk about the Upasana only. Why Shruti Mata एक श्लोक में खत्म कर सकती है ना? Why two more shlokas she used? For both reasons. One reason is what? We should know the need of taking the help of the Ishwara. Second is what? To make us relentlessly do that Upasana so that we are not missing His grace. हमें याद कराने के लिए जरूरत को और हमसे कराने के लिए प्रार्थना को दो बार श्रुति माता दो मोर श्लोक में बताती है. सविता को इन्वोक करो, द इन्फिनिट लॉर्ड. उपनिषद इज टॉकिंग अबाउट द नीड ऑफ उपासना, नीड ऑफ प्रार्थना टू सविता, and also gratitude to Savitha and all devatas. If any day without any problem we could do our sadhanas joyfully. Right? Tomorrow we'll see it. Now let us chant the second mantra. Yuktena manasa vayam devasya savituh save suvargeyaya shaktya. Yuktena manasa vayam devasya savituh save suvargeyaya shaktya. See? Yuktena manasa vayam. See, this yuktena shabda came so many times in Kathopanishad. So yuktena manasa vayam. है ना? देवस्य सवितुः सवे. Save means permission. With the empowerment and permission of the Devata Savita, with our minds focused or controlled or disciplined, with fully empowered, because that Shakti has come to us, Suvargeyaya, without any obstruction, toward that Suvarga, toward the Paramatma, we are able to focus. So the combination of the two shlokas is our willingness, readiness, and full effort in invoking the grace and ensuring that the grace has come, therefore, we are comfortably able to focus our mind on the self. ये दोनों श्लोक इस तरह से, पहला श्लोक हमको जो करना है बताता है, दूसरा श्लोक हमको कहता है कि हमने किया है और उसका फल मिला और बिना प्रॉब्लम का our mind is able to focus on the self. स्वर्गीयाय शक्तिया. Swargaya means toward the self. Shaktya means with full power. So Savitha has given power to me, Savitha has given permission to me, therefore my mind is now powerful and permitted to turn towards the Swargaya self. I am doing it now. Now, while doing so, the Indriyas, the outer objects related to the Indriyas, none of them are in my vicinity. None of them are in my inner recesses. There's no importance to them, not even there's remembrance of them. है ना? जैसे आपको आपके घर में बेटी की शादी है, 4 दिन में शादी है, तो क्या विल यू सिट इन फ्रंट ऑफ अ टीवी एंड वॉच द सीरियल? बताओ, घूमने जाते हो क्या? You are totally soaked into that work, engrossed in that work with all the tensions, anxieties, excitements, every sort of emotion. कैसा होगा, कौन आएंगे, कौन नहीं आएंगे, शायद ये अच्छा होगा कि नहीं, वगैरह वगैरह. And then one other side दुख कि बेटी को विदा करना पड़ेगा. So you are so much engrossed in that you are not aware of all the otherwise nonsense. Same way, if somebody's mind by his prayers and blessings of Savitha and Devatas is focusing only on the self inside, there is no world of objects, world of desires, world of people, world of attachments, world of involvements, world of indulgences. ये बकवास होता ही नहीं. That is the meaning of freedom from the outer samsara. When we are blessed by the Ishwara, of course, we have to will for it, we have to ask for it. And we have to be intelligent also. That when we prayed, when the Lord blessed us with all this freedom, instead of focusing on the self, again, if you look out into the world and seek the world, then we are deceiving ourselves and cheating the God. ये भी नहीं होना चाहिए. Om 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 Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. Shri Gurubhyo Parabrahmane Parabrahmane Shruti Namaha Tatsat Brahmarpanamastu. Thank you. Some time let us spend for Gita also.